Be me, 36F, editor-in-chief of L'Eclat magazine, based in NYC, corner office overlooking Central Park. Total compensation package includes a $3.5 million base, equity in the parent media conglomerate, and a clothing allowance that rivals the GDP of a small island nation. I am the gatekeeper of taste. I decide what colors exist next season. I decide which waif from Nebraska becomes a supermodel and which one goes back to working at Dairy Queen. I am a curator of perfection. Husband is Leo, 36M. We met at Parsons School of Design 14 years ago. I was in fashion marketing and journalism. He was in construction and textiles. Back then, it was romantic. The visionary and the craftsman. Fast forward to now. I sit on the throne of the industry. The Met Gala doesn't start until I arrive. Leo works in the basement of my flagship building. Technically, he is the head pattern cutter for the magazine's private label. He makes $110,000 in Manhattan. It's practically poverty wages. He reports to the head of atelier, who reports to the creative director, who reports to me. I am effectively his god. I try to keep him hidden. At industry parties, I introduce him as a consulting designer or vaguely gesture that he works in production. It sounds industrial, gritty, chic. The reality is, he spends his days with a tape measure around his neck, covered in chalk dust, pinning hemlines for models who don't speak English. Wake up at 4:30 a.m. My circadian rhythm is biologically hacked. I sleep in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber to maximize cellular regeneration. Leo is asleep in the regular bed. He looks peaceful. It disgusts me. Peace is for people who have plateaued. I look at his hands resting on the duvet. Calloused, pricked scarring on the fingertips from a decade of needlework. Worker's hands. I get up. Step onto the heated marble floors. Check my reflection. Skin as glass. Cheekbones are weapons. I enter the home gym. Pilates reformer. I pay a trainer $400 an hour to FaceTime me and yell at me while I contort my body. Lengthen the spine, Victoria. You are a statue. You are marble. I am marble. While holding a plank, I check the analytics for the September issue digital rollout. Engagement is down 0.8%. Rage spikes my cortisol. I fire the social media manager via Slack voice memo. If I wanted mediocrity, I would have hired a bot. Pack your desk. It's 5:15 a.m. Shower. Cold plunge. Skincare routine involves serums derived from rare orchids and placenta. I dress. Today is a battle. Board meeting regarding the acquisition of a streetwear brand. I choose vintage Mugler, structured shoulders, whopped waist. It says, I will eat your children and look fabulous doing it. Walk into the kitchen. Leo is up. He's wearing a worn-out gray t-shirt and linen trousers he made himself. The fit is perfect, obviously. But the aesthetic is retired fisherman. He's making tea, loose leaf. He weighs the leaves on a scale. Morning, Vic, he says. He smiles, it reaches his eyes. Morning, you're up early. New silk shipment came in from Como. Wanted to inspect the weave before the cutters get to it. It's fabric, Leo. It's either silk or it isn't. He pours the tea. Actually, the tension on the warp is slightly off. If we cut it on the bias, it'll buckle. I need to recalibrate the patterns. I sigh. This is his world. Micrometers and thread counts. Just fix it. Don't bore me with the mechanics. He places a cup in front of me. Did you see the invite for the Solaris Gala? He asks. The Solaris Gala. The biggest night of the year. Hosted by the tech billionaire who just bought the museum wing. Yes. I'm co-chairing. I was thinking, Leo says, hesitant. I could make your dress. I freeze. The coffee cup pauses halfway to my lips. Yeah, I have this idea. A structural bodice, hand-pleated organza, dyed with, Leo, I set the cup down. Hard. This is the Solaris Gala. I am wearing custom Schiaparelli or Couture Dior. I can do better than them, Vic. You know I can. It's not about the stitching, Leo. It's about the name on the tag. It's about the alliance. So I'm not good enough. You are a technician. You are excellent with your hands. But you are not a visionary. He looks down at his tea. Right. A technician, don't pout. It gives you wrinkles. I have to go. My driver has been idling for 6 minutes. I leave. Don't kiss him goodbye. Smudge the lipstick. In the Escalade, I take a call from Pierre, the creative director. Pierre is a genius, by which I mean he is a drunk who draws squiggly lines on napkins and expects other people to turn them into clothes. Victoria, darling, the concept for the cover shoot. We need a tiger? Get the tiger, Pierre. The animal rights activists. Buy them. Or get a CGI tiger. I don't care. Just make it look expensive. Arrive at the Leclat Tower. The lobby is a temple of minimalism. Receptionists are models who failed the height requirement. St. James. I don't nod. Elevator to the 40th floor. My office is pure white. No personal photos. Just a large abstract painting that cost more than Leo's entire life earnings. My assistant Emily is trembling. Good. The Q3 ad revenue figures are on your iPad. The mock-ups for the layout are on the table. Your lunch is scheduled for 12:15 with the CEO of LVMH. Cancel lunch. I'm fasting. Bring me a bone broth. Yes, Miss St. Patris's persons. James. I sit at my desk. Review the mock-ups. They are garbage. Pedestrian. I slash a red marker across a spread featuring a denim jacket. Burn this, I mutter. I check the internal chat. Atelier_production channel. A photo posted by Leo_Taylor. It's a close-up of a hemline. Invisible stitching. Caption: managed to salvage the silk. Hand-rolled edges. Took 4 hours. 5 likes from the junior seamstresses. Comments: Leo, you're a wizard. Teach me this masterclass. I feel a twinge of irritation. He's down there in the windowless basement, being the hero of the little people. Wasting his time on invisible stitches that no one sees. Efficiency is key. He creates art for the inside of a garment. I create moments for the world. I need him to understand the difference. Midday crisis meeting. Our biggest competitor, Modernity, just launched a campaign featuring a virtual influencer. It's trending. # the new face. My board is panicking. Victoria, we look like dinosaurs. The chairman says on the conference call. We are heritage, they are a fad, I counter. Heritage doesn't sell ad space to Gen Z, we need a pivot. The Solaris Gala. We need a stunt. I will provide a stunt. It needs to be personal. Human. The algorithm craves authenticity. Authenticity, the most expensive fake commodity on earth. I look out the window. I need a narrative. The power couple, the queen and her king, but my king is a peasant. I need to upgrade him. That evening, I arrive home late, 9 p.m. Leo is sketching in the living room. We need to talk, I say, throwing my Birkin on the sofa. Hello to you too. The gala. The narrative has changed. The board wants authenticity, okay? I want you to come with me, not as my +1, as my partner. He perks up. Really? Yes, but we need to rebrand you. He drops the pencil. Rebrand me, Leo, you're a pattern cutter. It's unsexy. It sounds like you work in a sweatshop. I work in your atelier. Semantics. For the gala, you are the director of textile innovation and sustainable architecture. That's not a job. It is now. I'll have HR print the business cards tomorrow. I don't know anything about sustainable architecture. You know fabric. You know structure. Just use big words. Biomimicry. Circular economy. Narrative threads. He stands up. You want me to lie. I want you to perform. It's one night. It secures my position. It secures our stock value. I wanted to make your dress, Vic. That was the partnership I wanted. We are past the dress. I have Lagerfeld's ghost designing my dress. I need you to design yourself. I like who I am. Well, the market doesn't, and I am the market. He stares at me. The same look he had when I told him I was aborting our vacation to Paris because Fashion Week moved dates. Resignation. Fine, he says. Director of whatever. One night. Tomorrow, we go to the tailor. Not the one you use. A real one. I make my own suits, and they look like you made them. We're going to Tom Ford. He laughs. A dry, humorless sound. You're going to put a master tailor in a store-bought suit. I'm putting a director in a power suit. Sleep in the guest room tonight. I need space to visualize the strategy. The week leading up to the gala, it is hell. I am micromanaging the seating chart. I am screaming at florists about the shade of hydrangeas. I said pale death, not baby shower blue. Leo is a ghost. He goes to work, comes home, eats in silence. I catch him looking at his old sewing machine in the corner. He runs his hand over the wheel. It's pathetic. He's mourning a hobby. I'm building an empire. The day of the gala. The prep team arrives at the penthouse at noon. Hair, makeup, styling, nail technicians, lymphatic drainage, masseuse. I am buffed, polished, and painted. I look like a deity. My dress is a liquid silver column. It weighs 40 pounds. It restricts my breathing. Good. Breathing is for civilians. Leo steps out of the bedroom. He is wearing the Tom Ford tux. It fits him, fine, but he looks uncomfortable. Stiff, fix your tie, I snap. He adjusts it. I feel like a penguin. You look like a billionaire. That's the point. Remember the talking points. Biomimicry, innovation, synergistic threading. Don't be sarcastic. Just smile and nod. And for God's sake, don't look at anyone's hemline. The limo ride. I am live streaming on Instagram, heading to Solaris with my incredible partner Leo, the genius behind our new sustainability initiative. I turn the camera to him. He forces a grimace. Comments roll in. Power couple. He's so mysterious. Is he single? JK, love you, Vic. I feel the dopamine hit. This is working. We arrive. The red carpet is a gauntlet of flashbulbs. Victoria, over here. Who are you wearing? Custom. Everything is custom. I grip Leo's arm. My nails dig into the velvet. Smile, I hiss. He smiles. It looks like he's in pain. We make it inside. The room is dripping with crystals and ego. Everyone who matters is here. Anna, Kim, Elon. I navigate the room like a shark. Leo, darling, meet the CEO of Caring. Leo, this is the Duchess. I introduce him with the fake title every time. Director of Textile Innovation. He nods, shakes hands, says nothing. I am carrying him. I am the wind beneath his mediocre wings. We reach the head table. Sitting there is Julian Thorne, tech mogul. The host, the man with the checkbook. And next to him, wearing a dress that looks like a tragic napkin, is the editor of Modernarity. My rival. She smirks. Victoria, you made it, and this must be the husband. Leo, I say, Director of Innovation. Julian Thorne looks up. He's wearing a suit that costs more than my car, but it fits poorly. The shoulder puckers. Innovation, huh? Julian says. I like innovation. What are you working on? This is the moment. I squeeze Leo's hand. Tell him about the biofiber project, honey. Leo looks at me. Then he looks at Julian. Then he looks at Julian's suit, his eyes narrow. The craftsman takes over. Actually, Leo says, I was just looking at your lapel. I freeze. My lapel? Julian asks. The fusing is bubbling, Leo says, his voice calm, authoritative. Whoever pressed this used too much steam and the wrong interlining. It's collapsing the structure of the chest piece. The table goes silent. My rival covers her mouth to hide a laugh. I dig my nails into Leo's palm so hard I break skin. Leo is joking, I say, my voice high and brittle. He has such a dry wit. He's actually working on AI-driven loom technology. No, I'm not, Leo says. He pulls his hand away from mine. I'm a pattern cutter. I work in the basement. I spend 12 hours a day making sure sleeves set correctly so people like my wife can take credit for the silhouette. Julian stares. A pattern cutter? Yes, and a tailor. And frankly, sir, for a man worth 50 billion, you should fire your tailor. That suit is an insult to the wool. I can hear the blood rushing in my ears. Leo, stop. I whisper. You are drunk. I haven't had a drink, he says. I'm just tired, Victoria. I'm tired of pretending I'm some director to make you feel better about marrying a tradesman. He stands up. The room feels like it's tilting. I make things, Leo announces to the table. I make things with my hands. It's honest work, and I'm good at it. Better than she is at, whatever this is. He gestures to me, to the dress, to the room. This isn't style. This is a costume party for insecure narcissists. He undoes his bow tie. And I'm done playing dress up. He turns to me. I quit, Vic. I quit the magazine. I quit the director role, and I quit being your prop. He walks away. Through the crowd. People part for him. He looks dignified. I look at Julian. Julian is feeling his lapel. Is he right? Julian asks. Is it bubbling? My rival leans in. Oh, Victoria, that was authentic. I stand there, frozen in my 40-pound armor. A camera flashes. Then another. They aren't taking pictures of my dress. They are taking pictures of my face. The face of a woman who just got publicly dismantled by her own accessory. I run to the bathroom, lock myself in a stall, check Twitter. It's already trending. #gala drama, #the Taylor speaks. Video of Leo critiquing the billionaire's suit. Comments, he cooked him. King behavior. She looks so embarrassed. Level. Wait, he's just a tailor? That's kinda hot. I throw my phone into the toilet. It's waterproof. It glows underwater, mocking me. The next morning, I wake up on the sofa. Number 4 a.m. gym. No ice bath. Just a headache that feels like a cleaver in my frontal lobe. The penthouse is silent. I go to the bedroom. Leo's side is empty. His closet is open. His handmade shirts are gone, his tools are gone. The shears he's had since college, the heavy iron, the chalk, all gone. He left the Tom Ford tuxedo on the floor, crumpled, like trash. There is a note on the dress form mannequin in the corner. You wanted a visionary. You got a ghost. I'm going somewhere where the fabric matters more than the label. Don't look for me. I try to cry, but I can't. Botox prevents the full range of facial expression required for grief. I go to work. I have to control the narrative. Badge in. The receptionist looks at me. Pity? No, amusement. Elevator to 40. Emily is packing a box. What are you doing? I ask. She jumps. Mrs. St. James, the board called. And they want to see you. Immediately, I walk into the boardroom. The chairman is there. The CEO. And Pierre is smiling. Victoria, the chairman says, last night was unfortunate. It was a domestic dispute. It has nothing to do with my ability to lead. It has everything to do with the brand, he says. We sell aspiration, perfection. Last night you sold chaos. And you insulted Julian Thorne. Leo insulted him. Leo is your husband, was your husband. You couldn't control your own house. How can you control the market? I made this magazine. You managed it. And now, your liability. He slides a paper across the table. Termination for cause. Gross misconduct. Reputational damage. You can't do this. We already did. Pierre is taking over as interim EIC. Pierre waves his little hand. I have so many ideas for tigers. Victoria. I scream. I throw a crystal carafe at the wall. It shatters. Security, the chairman says softly. Mike the guard comes in. I know Mike. I never learned his last name. St. James, please. I walk out. The walk of shame. Past the bullpen of writers I terrorized. Past the fashion editors I made cry. They are all watching. Phones up. Recording. I get to the lobby. The revolving door spins me out onto the street. It starts to rain. Of course it does. I have no umbrella. My silk blouse is ruined. I stand there wet, fired, and alone. 8 months later, I live in a serviced apartment in Jersey City. The lawsuit took the penthouse. The legal fees took the savings. I apply for jobs. Overqualified. Culture mismatch. Too volatile. I run a Substack about the death of elegance. It has 40 subscribers. I check Instagram on a burner account. I search for Leo. No profile. He hates social media. But I search the hashtags. #bespoke, #mastertailor. I find a post from a niche menswear blog in Florence, Italy. Visited the new atelier of Maestro Leo today. Hidden gem. A photo. It's a small shop. Stone walls. Warm light. Leo is there. He's wearing an apron. He has a tape measure around his neck. He's fitting a suit on a man. He looks alive. He's laughing. There is a woman in the background, organizing bolts of fabric. She's wearing a simple linen dress. No makeup. She looks happy. He looks at her the way he used to look at me before I became the editor. I zoom in on his hands. They are working the fabric, shaping it, creating something real. I look at my own hands, manicured, useless, holding a phone that connects me to a world that forgot me. I turn off the screen. The apartment is quiet, not the peaceful quiet of a library. the dead quiet of a tomb. I make instant coffee. It tastes like ash. I realize that in my quest to be a visionary, I became blind, and the only thing I ever truly owned was the man I threw away for a photo op. Be me. 36F, unemployed, alone, fashionable to the bitter end,